I'm Deedee Shaw. I am a child of the Most High God, and this is my story. I was born and raised right here in Black Rock. My mom and dad always took us to church, so my whole life I'd heard about Jesus. I knew the stories. I read my Bible. But it wasn't until I was an adult that I really, truly understood what it meant to be saved. In 1999, things just kind of started to go downhill for us. I lost my dad to cancer in 1999. I was 24. Blake and I had made some seriously bad choices in our financial life, so we were struggling with that, and we were trying to have a baby, and that just wasn't working either, and that was adding to our financial stress. It was adding to our emotional stress, and then to top it all off, I lost my job. So by this time, things were just piling on top of us, and I was actually working here at this building. I was cleaning after school, and I know Blake has told this story before, but he's never heard my side. And he called me one night and said he had enough money to buy the bologna if I could buy the bread. And I could not find the money to buy the bread. I knew we had no money in our checking account. I had no cash, and I looked for change in my car, and I couldn't even find it there. So by this point, the devil was really, really after me. He was telling me that I was useless, that I wasn't any good, that people would be better off if I just wasn't around. And I started to believe it. And that night, on the way home, I stopped at the little parking lot there beside Renee's Cafe and before the bridge, and I just cried and I cried and I cried. And I thought people would be better off without me. But I didn't want to do anything that would hurt them even more than I was hurting them now. So I thought if I did anything, it had to be an accident. It had to look like an accident. And I went that far to think, what could I do to make something look like an accident, that Blake could move on and find someone else and have a family, and that I wouldn't hurt anybody anymore. And it was at that point, sitting there in my car, I just heard this soft but powerful voice that just said, there's a better way. And I just sit there and I thought, what does that mean? There's a better way. What does that even mean? And as I sat there just crying, I kept hearing it just over and over and over again. Says, there's a better way. There's a better way. So I just thought, well, I'm gonna go home, and Blake will be wondering where I am. So I drove home and just kept repeating that in my head, there's a better way. So I started talking to God, and at the time I didn't realize it. I can see it now. I was saying, God, what can I do? What can I do to fix this? What can I do to make this better? What can I do to heal my heart, to be able to have a baby, to fix our finances? What can I do? And I never would have thought, but a bounce check notice saved me from doing something really stupid. Because when I got home, I checked the mail like I always did, and there was a bounce check notice in there. And that just kind of broke me. And that was the day that I hit the floor, and I just prayed and I prayed. And I realized that it wasn't anything I could do, that I had to give it to God. I had to accept what He did for me. And I had to let Him not only be my Savior, but be my Lord, that I had to give it all to Him. And one thing I did learn was the next day, even after I'd accepted Christ, the creditor still called. It didn't bring my dad back. And we still didn't get our baby. But those things were so much easier. Those things were so much, there was just that peace that I could at least, I just had that peace that I knew no matter what, God had a plan. And I just had to believe that. And I just had to continue to go. It wasn't perfect. It's still not perfect. But there's a plan. And I know that. And I just have to trust and believe that. My life verse is Jeremiah 29:11. God's promise to you and to me in the middle of our trouble is that his thoughts toward us are for our good, not for our evil, to give us a future and to give us a hope. And I'm so glad I found that hope.